Hey guys, Lee here, and today I'm exploring the world famous Big Apple. And no, I don't mean New York, I mean a giant literal apple. So right now I'm outside because there's a bunch of stuff out here. But sadly, because it's winter, a lot of it is closed. Smith has a little snot right there and some stuff on his head. So because it is winter, most of the food trucks outside are closed. Carousel here. I think back there it says train rides. So I'm sure there's like a little train that goes around. So I just saw this right now and it's a putting zoo. So I think during the summer, this whole place becomes a little putting golf course. And this is observatory. I'm pretty sure back there is where they actually grow the apples. So I think during whenever apple time is, that's where it's grown. And here it is. So apparently you are able to go inside the apple and to the top, but for the weather, it is closed. Now that's enough of the outside. Let's head in where the real magic is. This place was actually nominated for Canada's Best Washroom in 2023, but sadly it didn't win. And no, I will not be a weirdo and film in the washrooms, but here's some photos I found online of it. Apple pancake mix. So obviously, as expected, there's a lot of Apple products inside. Ooh, these look good. I love apple fritters. And of course, they have some fresh ones right here. And they have maple syrup, some sauces. Here, I'm not a coffee person, but there's coffee you can get here. Also, you can get some apple cider and some peach apple cider. They have a lot of fresh honey and also jam, homemade jam. And of course, they have apple pie, which we need to try. They even have a beaver tail stand. Now, for my non-Canadian viewers, a beaver tail isn't an actual tail. It's a classic Canadian fried dough pastry, famous for its shape and sweet toppings like cinnamon sugar. So after driving a while, I'm pretty hungry, so let's go get some food right now. Hi. Can you get number 2?
Okay.
And that's it.
The food is pretty standard stuff you'll find at any other truck stop. While I was waiting for my food, I did a quick look around, and they had a Canadian Statue of Liberty holding an apple.
So the music is pretty loud in here, but we'll carry on. I ordered a standard cheeseburger and fries. And it does look good. I'm gonna add some vinegar to my fries first. And the bun looks pretty good. So first bite, we'll dig into it. And this is a pretty solid burger. So when you order the burger, you pick the toppings what you want. And I got the toppings I want, which is some pickles, ketchup, mayo, onions. And so far, the meat of the patty is really good. But I'll say the bun they use, I'm not sure where they get this, but it's very, very soft. Now we'll go in for a fry. So the food here isn't anything to really rave about. But after a long drive, it really hits the spot. So I have my slice of apple pie right here, and I got the Mumble Crumble. But before that, let's talk about why the Big Apple is here.
It began in 1976 from an Australian immigrant named George Boycott, inspired from the big pineapple in his hometown in Queensland and from Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando. He dreamed of a theme park with his character, Mr. Applehead. Driven by this vision, Boycott sold the 6 pizza stores he owned in Australia to move to Colborne. After years of sharing his idea, he convinced a local builder, Henry Menson, to construct it. The Big Apple finally opened in 1987, becoming a popular roadside stop, famous for its fresh pies.
So I have the fork right here, and let's dig into what people are really waiting for. Wow, look at that piece right there. Wow. Wow. As expected, this is a really good piece of pie. First, the apple chunks they use in here is very nice. The seasoned, I'm pretty sure I taste some cinnamon in there too. I'm glad I got the Mumble Crumble because that crumble is crumbly. And I'm pretty sure this is like oatmeal or something, but it really gives it a nice texture to the pie. And they make their own crust here, and you can really taste that they do it themselves. It's not no store-bought place or factory made. You can really taste the difference here. And I don't really like apple pie, or as much as I don't really like apple, but this is really good for me. All I need is some like nice vanilla ice cream, and that might be a little big back, but this is good. I ate it when it was cold, but this would be perfect if it was warmed up. But nonetheless, it's pretty good when it's cold. So I saw a few other apple items I saw that I wanted to get, and that being, of course, an apple fritter. So I love a good apple fritter, and let's try this one. So just like the apple in the apple pie, the apple they use here is very, very fresh and very good. You can really taste it in the apple fritter. And the dough mixture they use for this is really fried perfectly. I'm not sure how long this has been there, but the glaze is still holding up perfectly. So I have my last item here, and I love a good spinach dip, so which is why I got the spinach and feta Danish. So just like the other stuff, I think this would be perfect if it was warmed up, but we must go ahead and try it cold. So this item is a little bit weird. The pastry of the actual bread is very good. As you can see, the layers and air pockets inside. However, for the actual mixture of the spinach and feta, there is like a strong taste in there, and I don't know what it is. That kind of throws off the whole thing at the end. So this one I wouldn't really recommend to anybody, but the rest of the stuff I would. So I'm all done here, and before we head out, there's a gift shop and a dessert section, so let's check that out first. So here's the dessert area. Donini, chocolate. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to spell out Belleville, Ontario, but there's a few missing letters. So they have a bunch of candy over here. They have a lot of candy. They even have the pucker powder. They have Pez. They even have some shirts. And then of course some Canada merch. And of course, they have a big bear selling gummy bears. Of course, they have some cotton candy, some fancy chocolates, a whole mini car with just peanuts. So this is kind of scary. But of course, he's holding Mr. Applehead. And a whole section of just maple syrup flavored stuff. And of course, pure maple syrup. The place is really, really big. They even have some alcohol here, but that I will not show. This is my favorite, so I think I'll go with one of these. We have a bunch of these pizza slices. Some fresh fudge. Cookies and cream fudge, please. And then can I get one Nanaimo bar, please? And they do have plushies they are selling, and he looks very cute. Doesn't he look just like me? So they do have big pies itself, and they have the different styles. So here's a cranberry apple pie, strawberry, a Dutch apple pie, caramel, and no sugar. So there's a whole place dedicated to just potato chips, and they have a lot of flavors. Like, of course, being Canadian as we are, we have ketchup chips, all dress, sour cream and onion, or you can go plain and simple. So a ton of dog stuff in here. They even have Pibble cloth towels. So I'm back in the car with the desserts, which is the Nanaimo bar, and this is one of my favorite desserts, so I'm really looking forward to trying this. Just off the feel, I can tell this is going to be a good one. If you have a sweet tooth, this is the #1 thing you should try here. And our last item is a cookies and cream fudge. So here it is. It's like unwrapping a present on Christmas morning. So I'm not a huge fudge fan, but since it looked nice, I decided just to try one. First bite. I don't get fudge too often, but this is pretty good. You can really taste the Oreo flavor in here, along with the white fudge they use as the base. So if you're ever on the 401, you know where to go. But that's all from me. If you liked the video, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.